You are now entering what can only be described as a true free speech zone, where nothing is off limits and there is absolutely no censorship. Welcome to Open Mic with Boog Brand.
Hey yo. Welcome back to the channel. It is Open Mic with Boog Brand, episode number 16. Tonight we are going solo. We're doing the Boog Brand Origins, and we want to discuss what the future holds, not only for this channel, but for Boog Brand as a whole, as a company, as everything is. I'd like to say thank you for everybody who's hung on to this channel for a little while, everybody who's stayed around. In the chat tonight, first we had up Dr. Catmilk. Good evening. Good evening to you, sir. How's life treating you? How's the little ones? Also, we got Operator Tony in the chat saying, hey, yo. Well, hey, yo, Operator Tony. Hope everything's going good with you. I know you're dealing with all the school stuff, so had you on last week. You're kind of quiet, but that's all right. I mean, we went 5 fucking hours. I promise we're not going to do that again tonight. Number one, I actually want to sleep tonight. Number two, I actually value my life, and my wife was not happy with me last week, but that's to be expected. It was just 5 hours. we had a good time. That's all right. So Derek Land in the chat too, saying good evening. Good evening, Derek. I think you're newer from what I remember. I don't remember seeing your name too often in the chat, so welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Basically just hanging out tonight. Gonna go through the chat quite often, hang out with you guys, get into this a little bit. We do have tonight the giveaway for our 100 subscribers, and the 3 names picked out earlier today. My daughter helped me do that, so we actually have them wrote down in crayons, so we'll go through those after a little while. Hopefully, maybe they're hanging out in the chat. If not, they'll get an email from us in the next day or two, and we'll get your stuff sent out to you. We'll get some sizes and take care of that. So, again, just kind of hanging out tonight, not doing a whole lot. I do, Little Cat's first birthday. I knew it was coming up. You guys weren't too far off. That's awesome. Happy birthday to Little Cat. And you know what? I don't know. We can all sing happy birthday to him, but nobody wants to hear me sing. So I'll just leave it at that, and that'll be my birthday present. We won't break Daddy's speakers. So for that, I do want to say anybody who's new to the channel, who's just catching this, normally we have a guest on to every Friday night. We go through kind of their story. To this point, we haven't really gone through my story. We haven't really gone through the origins of Boog Brand. We haven't really gone through who I am, and we haven't really gone through what our plans are to go in the future. So that's kind of what we're gonna do tonight. First off, I don't know if I've ever really given myself too much of an introduction. My name is James. I am the owner-operator of Boog Brand, which is basically a subsidiary underneath an LLC that I run. That it's a trademark. It's basically what it is. It's something I wanted to put together to help build a graphic design portfolio for me to move forward with something for myself. And, it's turned into a fun little project that I have on the side. It's not terribly, it's not making me millions of dollars. It's not making me famous, but it's affording me the opportunity to have these conversations every Friday night with you guys. It's also affording me the opportunity to move other things in my life forward, which is... I'm hugely grateful to anybody and everybody that's hanging around for that. Boog Brand, obviously, as the name implies, kind of hit on the meme of the time, the Boog Boys, everything like that. It's pretty much been subjugated to this point. It's just one of those things. I kind of latched onto it. I thought Boog Brand sounded good. I started looking up the website. It was there. It was good. So we kind of just took it and we're running with it. Hey, Carcane, stopping by in the chat. If you can find it, I highly recommend everyone watch the Timcast podcast with Alex Jones from last night. It was out of control. I honestly didn't get to see that. I heard it was out of control, but as Dr. Catmelt said, it did get deleted. I don't know if it was deleted by YouTube or if it was deleted by Timcast himself. I'm sure there's something out there. Probably go out there and you can find it somewhere. The internet is forever. Scott, stop in the chat. Howdy, everyone. Howdy, Scott. Thanks for stopping by Precision Holsters. If you don't know him, he hung out with us last week as well. You can go back there, check it out, see what he does. He's also been on the podcast before as well. Great stuff put out over there. So back into it a little bit here. I'm hoping everybody is having a great week. Number one, I've had a pretty decent week considering the COVID fun that we all have nowadays. Today I'm actually celebrating 1 week completely working from home. Again, compliments of close contact orders and all the bullshit that goes along with that. So survived this week. I get to go back to work next Wednesday. Woohoo! But seems like Wisconsin, where I'm located out of, is going down the shitter as we speak. So it is going to get worse before it gets better for a lot of folks out here. I'm sure it's pretty much the same for everybody else, but we just need to get past all of this, I think, and figure out what we're doing. I won't get too into the woods on that. I have my feelings. Everybody has their feelings on it. We all know kind of where we're going with it, and it's just out of control at this point. So everybody else who wants to talk about it, that's fine. You can bring it up in chat. We'll kind of touch on whatever. If you have any specific questions of how I feel, I'm open book. I'll answer anything. But back to who I am. Obviously, like I said, I'm based out of Wisconsin. We are Midwest, middle of the road Wisconsin. Former Packers fans, until football got too political type stuff. We're just the quintessential Midwesterners. Good people till you fuck with us, and then we'll fuck with you back. Professional drinkers there. Hey, we do it right. We don't fuck around here. These parts, the drinking, it's a professional thing for us. So, not actually drinking tonight. One of the things I'm trying to do is cut back a little bit. I am drinking ginger beer tonight just because it is non-alcoholic. I just want to give it a little bit of time. Try to cut out some of the alcohol, not because I'm an alcoholic or anything like that, not because of anything other than the fact that I just want to actually kind of see what happens. I've seen a lot of people have really good results from doing 30 days without drinking, something like that. So I just want to go ahead and figure out what it'll do for me. So it's not going to hurt me at all. Can't kill me to not drink. People do it all the time. So Precision Holsters. Yep, my dad got put on zero contact with anyone before his very minor medical procedure. So he's going nuts, being stuck in the house all day. It absolutely is insane. Like, you don't really understand how crazy life is until you were stuck inside of a house. For me, I get a break at least. My wife, she's with my kids all day. So she's got, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old that she has absolutely got tied to her hip for, 9.5 hours a day, where there is no break for her. And I respect that and appreciate it, hon. You allow me to get my work done. It's definitely been interesting, to say the least. So I could see how being completely alone, no contact with anyone, would be absolutely maddening, and especially if you're a social person, which a lot of people are nowadays. So, I respect anybody who's got to go through it. I hate going through it myself, but at least I've got other people in the family that I'm able to do it with. So back on me, I guess. Nobody really cares, I'm sure, but kind of my backstory. 15 years ago now, I was convicted of a felony, which is interesting, right? Because, I come on here and I'm hanging out with all these gun tubers talking about guns, doing this, doing that. Well, this year, January timeframe, seems like so long ago. But January this year, I received a full pardon from the governor of Wisconsin. Appreciate it. Doesn't mean I like him. I respect the fact that he did it. But I think he's still an asshole. So it doesn't matter. Derek Lance, he works as a bricklayer, so he has been out there since the beginning. Yeah, I mean, I've been out and around it. They consider us, where I work, as essential employees. I don't really fully believe that, but as an essential employee, because we support the food industry, that's what we're out here doing. So they consider us essential. It's all fun and games until shit hits the fan. But for the most part, we've been out here doing it the whole time. Back to my felony conviction. So 15 years ago, I was convicted of a felony take and drive without consent. I don't think it's too much to go into. It's not a huge part of who I was. It's something I did. Young, dumb, full of cum, stupid, completely stupid. But at the same time, I don't regret it. And this is part of the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Like, I don't regret anything from my past, really, because the past has brought me to where I am. So a lot of people say, oh, I regret that, or I wish I wouldn't have done it. I don't, because I don't know where I'd be if I didn't do it. I was headed down a pretty shitty path. To be honest, if I wouldn't have gotten arrested there, I probably would have gotten arrested someplace else, and it probably would have been a much worse charge. So I appreciated that it wasn't, me killing somebody, me being stupid, worse, life sentence, anything like that. So, nobody was injured, a little bit of property damage. Other than that, the only person who was injured was myself, and pretty much my ego, and a lot of friendships that were destroyed because I couldn't go back to being friends with a lot of the people that I was. So they continued down a path that I needed to walk away from. So and a lot of everything that I've been able to do, I owe to my wife. So I met her shortly after I got out of jail, and she kind of helped me keep on the straight and narrow. She's probably saying, kinda. Yeah, no, she definitely helped me stay on the straight and narrow. So I appreciate that from her. And, the last 14 years, we've done what we can to build up our own life for ourselves. And now, like I said, I've got a 3-year-old, a 1-year-old, and then there's myself. So it's basically like 2 3-year-olds and a 1-year-old running around our house for my wife. I'm sure she appreciates that. And then they're my kids on top of it. So Irish, pains in the asses, full of attitude. That's pretty much sums up my kids. That pretty much sums up me. And that pretty much sums up my entire life. But here we are, Back in February, I decided to open Boog Brand. And here we are. It was just something fun, like I said, to build up my graphic design portfolio. It was something to draw a little bit of, creativity out of myself, I guess. And then also just see if I could do it all myself. So everything you see on BoogBrand.com is done by me. We're doing all of our shirts. We're doing all the designs, the website design, the customer service. We are a one-man band, so I'm busy. I say we a lot. I am busy. But you know what? I appreciate the busyness. The busyness helps keep me out of trouble as well. So I definitely can't complain about any of that. So our goal right now as Boog Brand is to really just, kind of develop ourselves and bring ourselves forward and have some fun with it. Early on, we got on the bad side of Facebook and Google and all that, basically because, we're named Boog Brand. And, well, I'm not afraid to say anything about politics. So our shirts had politics stuff on it. Then the virus came out, and I did stuff on the virus. And it was just an entire shit show as far as most of that is concerned. So it didn't take long for us to draw the negative side of both Facebook and Google advertising. They cut us out. So I decided to try something completely different to me, something completely new to me, and it was influencer marketing. And this is where I kind of found myself, and kind of found myself at now. We handle merchandise for ex-military criminal YouTube channel, who's a YouTube reactor. We also handle merch for a Instagram influencer, Moose66. Some of you are probably familiar with either of them. Most of my viewership have either come to this channel through music or guns, which is interesting. As far as me, I'm not a musical person at all. I attempted to play the guitar once, and I pretty much learned how to play one song, and that was it. And it was kind of just to try and get in pants, and it didn't work anyways. So it turns out you still have to be moderately attractive for that to work. So little tip for the young guys out there: you can learn all the instruments you want, but you still got to be mildly attractive. Anyways, I just kind of lost my train of thought there, but it doesn't really matter. We'll pick back up on it. When the XMC merchandise there, I found it again, right? So it's been really fun working with other influencers and other people to try and come up with some material and some shirts and merchandise for them, which doing your own stuff is one thing because you don't have to answer to anybody, you don't have to work with anybody, but working with other individuals to come up with something that they appreciate, something that they like, is definitely been a little bit different. And as I go forward, it's definitely a learning experience. I would definitely like to go and learn other things as far as this is all concerned, and bring more stuff in house. And as we grow, that's what the goal is. Operator Tony in chat says he played trumpet in school, sucked at it, and I don't have the looks either. I get it. I actually played the cornet, which is like the baby trumpet. Everybody thinks clarinet, but it's the cornet. It sounds like a trumpet that's had its testicles removed, but it's what I had, so that's what I learned, and that's what we played. So I feel for you on that one, Tony. Yeah, so carrying merchandise is kind of where we're taking the business now. I do handle affiliate programs, stuff like that. And I want to expand the business. I want to grow the business. And one of the things that I've always said is, like, the people who buy from us are the best people that can give us advice on what we should be doing. And over the last several months, we've gotten a lot of input from people, and we're trying to expand out and find other suppliers for things. Unfortunately, right now, it doesn't make sense for me to bring a lot of it in-house until, we're actually producing enough volume to do that. So I'm using a lot of bigger houses, a lot of bigger things, and, that means that the profit takes a hit on it, and we're not able to cut prices as much as some other people. But anybody who has any of our merch will definitely vouch for the fact that we don't skimp on the quality. We sell the highest quality merchandise that we can for the prices that we offer, and our prices are a little higher because of it. But we'd rather make $1 on a shirt and make sure that everybody who has that shirt is happy with it than make $6 on a shirt that just comes off of Teesprings or something like that, and some Chinese crap that nobody is really appreciative of. And that's not to take away from Teespring. They do some good stuff, and some of the things that they do, it's a good thing for a lot of people who are just getting started. But as far as that goes, anybody who's on Teespring who wants to bring a little bit of something closer to home, a little bit more control of the type and quality of materials that are used, reach out to us. We're glad to work with anybody. You don't have to be big. You don't have to be anything like that. We don't have, limits on how many people have to follow you in order for us to do it. And we don't charge anything up front to be a part of, Boog Brand. The work we put in is, we put it in up front because we want to work with people. And working with people is kind of what has brought us to where we're at. So we could not be here, what is it now, 9 months into this business, running in the green. I mean, we're not running in the green to where I'm working for myself, but we're running in the green, which means we're not losing money. And that's all I care about. We couldn't do that if it wasn't for the influencers that work with us. If it wasn't for XMC, if it wasn't for, Moose. We couldn't do it. So never fear, Mario is here. Mario, you've been here every week, I think. Whether it was at the beginning, in the middle, or with the very last 30 seconds of the show, you've always managed to make it. Operator Tony says loves my quarantine survivor shirt. Yeah, I love that one too. That's a good one. um, that's one of our shirts that actually got us booted off of Facebook's advertiser stuff. This should be interesting. We're actually applying to get that back. We're trying, but Facebook isn't very willing to work with us. Not that we actually want to advertise, but we want to be able to tag our products on Instagram again. So, that's always been one thing that's like social media companies really rule who you are. So, that's why we're actually going to move up to Parlor. So we've got a Parlor account. We've been there since like June. I still think it's kind of a dangerous place. I think it's kind of an echo chamber. But to be honest, I'm not marketing my materials to people that are outside of that echo chamber. So I may as well pick up Parlor a little bit. Yeah, boo, Facebook, boo. I think we all know Facebook is boo at this point. Yeah, I think that was settled today for a lot of people when and not to get political, but they literally removed the president tag from Donald Trump today and made him a political candidate. So if you didn't know that, that's an interesting piece. That's something that I thought was kind of interesting today. They simply just took the presidency away from the person who's technically still the president until like the middle of January, So I don't know. Somebody forgot how America works, apparently. Green means go. Not sure where you're going with that, Mario, but you know what? I appreciate it. I'm probably just completely missing something, but I'm okay with that. So, like I said earlier, we did have a guest lined up for this week. Unfortunately, he came down ill, wasn't able to do the show. So we just kind of moved on and we kept going with it. We will have guests going forward. We do want to have musical guests over the next, the next month. I have 3 or 4 lined up already, and we're gonna keep going, keep pushing, keep trying to get some more of these guys in here. We don't want to just do GunTube. We want to talk to people. I think we discussed that last week quite a bit. So I won't get too far into it, but we are. Yeah, how's the hospital chamber defense? That's what Tony wants to know. Welcome to the chat, bud. We are trying to do something with Boog Brand here in this show. I think that a lot of people do, but don't necessarily get right. A lot of people fear asking certain individuals or certain people if they want to come on. And I don't have any fear in asking anybody. So give us a clue, music guest. I'm not going to drop any names just because a lot of the guys, they're bigger people. It's definitely an interesting group of people that I reach out to. It's not always a particular genre. It's not anything like that. But a lot of them are bigger. And you'd be surprised at how many of them will answer back. So it's interesting because DMs and things like Instagram and stuff like that, they are tough to get through, especially with bigger influencers. I mean, you figure if you're sending somebody a message that has 600,000 followers or 200,000 followers even, if you take their followers and you multiply that by like 0.1, so take 10% of it. I don't know why I went the long way on that. I guess it's engineer brain in my head. 10% of their followers are probably how many DMs they get in a day. So to even get through in somebody's DMs is pretty ridiculous when it comes to that level. But I'll ask, and I keep pushing, and I reach out. And interestingly enough, some of the people that I think would never answer back, they do. So I'm excited for where we're going in the near future. I'm excited for where we're going in the long-term future. But one of the things that I actually want to reach out and ask you guys is, where do you want to go? I enjoy conversations with anybody. So if anybody has people that they know in their life that they think are interesting, people who You know, I'm just saying, even like the grandfathers in your life, and I know the technology barrier is there, but um, if there's things we can do to let people's stories be told, that's what I want to do. I want people to be able to come here and speak openly and honestly, and just, have a good time. I want to be able to spread their stories and let it be told. I think that needs to be where we go, because one of the things, even like I like about musicians and stuff like that, and I've had like We Scheme on. Um, like his music comes from a place, deep inside that, um, it not a lot of people touch on it, and a lot of it's about depression and anxiety, and I think those stories and how we come to that point in our life is huge. Yeah, so Operator Tony, if you want to drop your affiliate link in the chat, you go ahead and do it. Operator Tony became an ambassador for Raise Energy. Raise Energy drink. It's kind of like one of those powder drink supplements, but it's an energy drink, a little less sugar, a lot less sugar than a Monster or a Rockstar or anything like that. So, Tony, go ahead, drop your link in the chat. That's cool. Obviously, I don't get anything from that, and I'm perfectly okay with that. So, Tony, you go right ahead, hit the affiliate link, promo code, whatever you want for Raise Energy. You can throw that down there. Anybody who's into that sort of thing, go ahead, hit it up. That's not really me, but I'm definitely willing to allow you to spread that. So, back on the musical people and stuff like that. It's not just musical people. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story that needs to be heard, and that's the thing that I want. I want people's story told, and I want it told in a way where they're not cut off. They're not anything like that, and it's something where they can come back to, and if as a family member or somebody, and you want their story told, if you want a copy of the video, just let me know. I'll get you a hard copy of the video. I'll get you a digital copy of the video, whatever it is. If it's just a story that you want to tell, or you want your family story told and you want it on camera, you go for it. So, all right, Tony dropped the link in the chat, code Tundra Nation. That's awesome. So, anybody who's interested in Raise Energy, zero sugar energy drink, powder form. I've heard of them before. Kind of looked at them before. Go ahead, use that link. Use code Tundra Nation. That's it goes right to Operator Tony, their affiliate. That's awesome, bud. Definitely share that up, and maybe just throw me that link. I'll even put it in the chat for you, or in the description down below, so it's there later. Anybody else who catches this on the rewind, maybe put it even in comment down below. I'll pin it up to the top. So yeah, like I said, that's what I'm doing for Tony there too. Like I'm doing that I'll do that for anybody. That's I appreciate the people who listen to this. If you get something that you want to promote, even hit me up. We'll do it. So, without further ado, we're at 8:30 here, about a half hour into it. So, I'm gonna do our 3 winners for our T-shirts. Essentially, I say T-shirts. What I did for a 100 subscriber giveaway. So for the last month, anybody who ordered anything off BoogBrand.com, which, if you're not familiar with it, get on over there. Check out the website. It's right here. This is pretty much what you see when you get in it. So this is one of our Moose sweatshirts. Our apparel's up here. Any of our collections, stuff like that, are in here. Our partner stores, Moose 66, Ex-Military Criminal, their merchandise is in there. Anything you see here on this website, what we did over the last month is, for every $5 that was spent, you got an entry into our drawing. So, without further ado, I would like to pull those names out. Well, I guess I don't have to pull the names out. They were already pulled. I'm not fancy. I'm not all digital. We put all the names in a hat. For every $5 you spent, I put, one ticket in to the little drawing thing, and was fun because my daughter got to pull them out, and I got the 3 winners here. So I'm gonna put it up to the chat. I'll make the screen bigger again. So we have Javier B out of Tucson, Arizona, Garrett J from Victoria, Texas, and Ashley D from Lawton, Oklahoma. Again, that's Javier B from Tucson, Arizona, Garrett J, Victoria, Texas, and Ashley D from Lawton, Oklahoma. You 3 have won essentially $25 to the website. It's a free t-shirt, any size, and we'll get that shipped out to you as soon as we get response back. Emails for that should be going out tomorrow. If you are watching this and you see it, you feel free to hit me up and we will get you taken care of. I know who you are. I know what your email is. And that's, something that we really wanted to do for everybody and just have a good time. So we appreciate everybody who bought anything from us, for everybody that did purchase. Like I said, we appreciate it. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm completely blown away at how many people have purchased from us, how much people at Fort Sill. Yeah, I don't know if they were on Fort Sill or not. I didn't look up the address of the person again. I do have, I put down their name, their first name, last initial, and the city and state from where they were, just so that way when I was on air, there was no way that I could dox somebody because I'm an idiot and I would do it. So I needed to prevent the doxing of anybody on my stream. Was the biggest thing. That's, I could have gone in and just done a random generator probably from the people who purchased, but I would have found a way to fuck it up and probably dox somebody's like home address. So this is why everything is on here. It's even wrote in crayon because that's give my daughter the draw slip and then I write on it with crayon. So anyways, again, yes, congratulations to the winners, as Precision Holsters said. Javier B, Garrett J, and Ashley D. We appreciate everybody's business, but you guys were the lucky winners for our 100 subscriber giveaway. As we get bigger, we'll do better giveaways, I think. We'll get some more fun in there and maybe even do some custom stuff, which is another thing that we do at Boog Brand. If you look at our website and you don't see something that you want, or if you're looking for a t-shirt for a party or something like that, hit us up, email us at contact@boogbrand.com, and we will definitely work with you to get whatever you need made. And we don't have any order minimums either. So whatever you do, if you're looking, I know we did recently, Tony, that's where you were stationed. Honestly, guys, I didn't even know Lawton was as big as it was until I'm like, Lawton, that doesn't even sound right. And I had to double check it. And yeah, like, holy crap, it's like the 8th largest city in Oklahoma, which I guess it's Oklahoma. It probably isn't that hard. But yeah, I'm like, I didn't know it was a military base, anything like that. Like, never even heard of the damn place. But that's me, being from the Midwest and not going anywhere. But that's fun. That's interesting. So Tony, when you were stationed in Lawton, Oklahoma, at Fort Sill, how much trouble did you get in? Because I imagine being out there in the country, you get into some pretty decent trouble. So, just to kind of recap, like I said, we do custom stuff at BoogBrand.com too. We recently did for a poker run that was local here. My father actually works on part of the board, and they helped get, obviously the order through that way, but we did actually do something like 300 shirts for him, 200 shirts. I don't even remember. It was a ton of shirts. And, then when we get into the larger orders like that, we work with a very local to us screen printer who's better at this than I am to produce on a mass scale. But he works with us and gets us a pretty good price. So our prices on stuff like that even go down a little bit further. So Mario Mechanic Molinas is at Precision Holsters. Do I need to send you one of my mechanics for you to make a competition holster? You're freaking me out, man. I'm just going to leave that comment alone, Scott. So you can do with that what you will. Operator Tony says, I was pretty good at not getting caught. We spent many a weekend nights out at the strip club. Yeah, strippers need money too. So, to the strippers, right? So, that kind of covers the business end for us. I know it kind of seems probably like I just spent a whole bunch of time pitching Boog Brand, but, my show, so yeah, I pitched it. We're not going to monetize, so I gotta throw in the store here every once in a while. So, like I said, if you want to see some of our newest stuff, I will kind of go through that real quick. So we've got our reloading shirt. So if you're familiar with Supreme, we're just kind of ripping off their style. It's over here on the left-hand side. I'm trying to blow it up, but my internet is going absolutely stupid right now. So we're just going to skip on that, I think. And we'll go back to the solo show. Just me hanging out, talking to everybody. Shake that ass, boys and girls. Mario Mechanic Molina. I just run back in, and it's great. So, Mario, I think Scott has something in there for you. He says, LOL, no, I run mechanics for my competition guns too. He says, I think our CEO and head designer John is just effing with me at this point. I make holsters all dang day, but can't get one. It's funny. It's funny. Yeah, so, hey, Mrs. Boog. Tony, that is not Mrs. Boog. Just so we're all clear. Janice, thanks for stopping by. Janice is actually XMC's mod. She's actually probably one of our best customers at BoogBrand.com. I think I've told her that before. She is a very loyal follower of XMC, and she has definitely been at the forefront of telling us what we need to do with shirts for women. So I'm obviously not a woman. I don't know what women like because I'm a guy. So I lean on many of the people that I deal with to get it. So Janice is led the charge to 100% cotton, loose fit for all you women who carry. And something that we're also working on is possibly getting some, pants, stuff like that, onto the site as well. OMG, you busy guy, of course. I think I'm catching up on the tail end of the conversation with Precision Holsters and Mario. So, Janice, thanks for stopping by to say howdy. Do they need to meet mommy? I don't know. Do you guys want to meet my wife? She just texted me. She's like, do they need to see me so they know who Mrs. Boog is? If you guys want to see her, just say something down in the chat. She'll see it and she'll come running in. Probably not. She hates me, so I'm joking. But so I don't want to keep everybody too long. Let's see. Go back in the chat a little bit. Not the official, but one of LOL. Yeah, I guess you could say she is a Mrs. Boog. She is definitely supporting a lot of the Boog wear. Both her family in general. So she's been there to help get us through it and push some of our merchandise as well. So she's earned the title if you want to call her Miss Boog, because she's not married to me. All right. We love her, but she's not married to me. Janice, you did miss the giveaway, though. I don't know if you know him from the live chats over at XMC, but I'll let you know, too. Javier B., Garrett J., and Ashley D. From Tucson, Victoria, and Lawton, respectively, won the 100 subscriber giveaway. Dr. Catmelt saying, boots and pants. Yes, boots and pants. Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. So we can do some music on our own, guys. Let's see, what else we want to talk about. Where are we going to go in the future? So, Boog Brand is going to grow as a business, but I also want to take this channel someplace else. Do I mean my future ex-wife? Yeah, she's probably my future ex-wife, but she's going to wait until, I won't divorce her, ever. She's been too good to me. But, yeah, I'm looking at brownie points, right? But at the same time, if she wants to get rid of me, she's going to wait until after the kids are grown, because there's no way she's going to deal with my kids on her own. So I've at least got that locked in for quite a while. So yeah, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, back on track here, is actually where we go in the future with the YouTube channel in itself. I'm enjoying these long form interview type conversations with individuals, and I want to continue doing that. But we are in the near future upgrading some of our camera stuff. Going to be able to do some more outside stuff. With the camera equipment that we are getting and upgrading to. What would you guys like to see, within reason? I mean, I don't have a ton of time because I am working full time on top of doing Boog Brand and on top of doing other things, but, would like creators vlogs, the process of designing a t-shirt, working through, software usage, stuff like that. How long until I bring on Alex Jones? To be honest, I haven't reached out to him. He's not the type of guy, from what I know, that would turn it down necessarily. So, Scott has a late customer coming in for a fitting competition. He'll catch up later. Thanks for stopping by, Scott. Appreciate it as always. Definitely good to have you guys here. So good luck with the fit up. So yeah, back to Dr. Cat Milk. Alex Jones probably would do it if I asked him and got through to him. The issue is always getting through to him. He just likes to hear his own voice. So, it's definitely a good thing, that people like that exist, to be honest. So, in 2020, who'd have thought Alex Jones would be the premier journalist in America? But I think I've said that before. It's really weird to say it. It's really kind of weird. Really, really weird to say that. But the guy's batting 1,000 over the last couple of years. So can't take that away from him. Scott says he wants to hear more about the design work, t-shirts especially. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. His own voice, yeah, no kidding. He does love to hear his own voice, and that's not a bad thing. Alex Zedra would be cool to have, yeah. And definitely, I'll make note of these, and go back and try to get them. I'd be lying if I said, like, yeah, we're gonna have him on, and maybe eventually. We're definitely gonna reach out to more people. I'm not afraid to ask anybody. Like I said, I've asked people who have followings that are upwards of 10 to 15 million people, depending on all the different social media platforms that are out there. So, I'm not afraid to ask those questions and, have them on. So, I just want to know where you guys want to go, what you guys want to do. Get freaking Pat McNamara. He's the beast. Probably could. Reach out to him. That's something we could do in the future. Like I said, I want to venture outside of the normal realm too. So, like you guys get into music channels and just come on in. So the wife's down here. She's like, yeah, I'm here. I have beer. Put my phone down. Yeah, definitely good. This is the official Mrs. Boog. So she loves the camera so much, doesn't she? But so she's the reason. One of the reasons I do this. I do this because of her, because of my kids, and try to have some fun. And then on Friday nights I do this to get away, right? But anyways. No, if you guys want to see, actual, like, how we go through the process of designing a shirt, as we get, things put together. Yeah, that's the boss. She's the boss. She is definitely the boss. She's on all the paperwork too, so she knows how to pull the plug. So Mario says, hello, Mrs. Boog. Dr. Catmilk says, hello, Mrs. B. Everybody's saying hi. She's the superhero. She's the one who takes care of my kids all day. So right now she's probably ready for bed, and I'm ready to have a good time because I've been locked in this fucking office for 6 days. But yeah, like I said, in the comments down below, not necessarily in the chit chat, if you guys have anything you want to see as we grow this channel, and things that we do, we'll definitely go through it. If you want to see how we use, we can use open source software so everybody can get an idea of the actual design process and how to work it. And, I can do tutorials on stuff, however we want to do it, some things like that in the future. Just because it's stuff that doesn't take a lot to edit. It's stuff that, we can do kind of live, and we can, just kind of work it through and get everybody, everybody who wants to see that sort of thing up to speed on it. So I don't think anything that any of us do in our daily life you need to have a degree to do. I think it's just a matter of finding somebody who knows how to do it and learn from them. So Thomas Chamber Defense says, hi, Mrs. Boog. Mario says, time to party. So without further ado, I think that's where we're going to cut it off tonight. We don't have guests. Nobody really wants to hear me ramble on for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and definitely nobody wants to hear me ramble on for 5 hours. So, yeah, my face isn't exactly the thing you want to look at for 2 hours. You guys come for the guests. So I appreciate everybody who stopped by. I appreciate everybody who's stuck around, everybody who's been in the comments. It's definitely been fun tonight, just kind of hanging out, talking about where we're going to go, what we want to do. You have to have a special license to do my job. Yeah, well, Tony, I would hope you have to have a special license to do your job. You drive kids around. So number one, you should have a background check. And number two, you should have a special license to take care of those little ones while you're driving them around.
The bus driver was drunk all the time.
The wife's bus driver was drunk all the time. So you're doing better than he did. But on top of that, let's not forget the fact that those kids don't need seatbelts either. So, we don't care about them that much, apparently. So, yeah, we're going to do that, Mario. The just not sideways part, yeah, I'm working on it. That's part of the reason I'm trying to quit the drinking, too. See if I can, if that's part of the reason I can't lose any goddamn weight. So I'm going to try to stop growing sideways and start growing the channel. So, are you sure about that, LOL? Tony, I'm thinking you might be up to the point where we said you're doing better than him because you're not drunk all the time. So I'll leave it at that. We don't want to get you in any trouble. Hazmat. Yeah, okay, so now we're just in the reductive point of the night where everybody sits here and talks shit now because you caught me. You don't need special schooling. You may need special training. How about that? All right, hey, LT, how's it going? With that, guys, LT, you caught us right at the back end of this. We're just saying goodbye to everybody. I do appreciate everybody stopping by, hanging out, and having a good time with us. And until next week, that's why I was asking. Yeah, it's all right. You are a Tundra guy. Yeah, Tundra guys, we do like to drink. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. Until next week, we will have a guest next week. Pay attention to openmic.boogbrand.com, which is our blog page on our website. That's where the most up-to-date information is always going to be as far as who our next guests are and who our people are coming up. No problem, Laughter. You're good. No problem being late. Yeah, thanks, Mario. Don't forget, everybody, to hit that thumbs up button, hit the like, hit the subscribe if you're watching. I don't look at the algorithm stuff, but it's fun seeing the channel grow. Everybody have a good one. And at the end of the day, don't forget, you still got to whack your Peter to play with it. All right? Don't know. Just having fun.